nice ass for 40. How old are you?
I don't even know myself. Should I stick?
You don't know how old you are because you've been lying so consistently.
Yes. So I got. All
But anyway, I will
from-
say that you do have a good ass. So if there are any young men out there,
No young. Young what?
like how old are you? Would
They
you?
have to be mature.
Okay, so mature. So what age? Come on, let's
From
go.
55 up, I think.
From 55 up. Okay, there we go.
Well, 54 can do, depending how mature he is.
Okay, we have a lot to talk about, folks. Are we recording, Jack, Daniel? When I'm slightly stressed, I call Jack or Daniel Jack Daniel, or sometimes Daniel.
All the time.
Why didn't you get the microphone in front of your mouth hole?
Hello.
What do I say to you? Get close to the. What do I say?
Get close to the fucking. Oh, speak to the
Speak
fucking
in-
microphone.
The sound now, you're touching it and everything. It's so annoying. Okay, look, folks, a lot to talk about. Jack, Daniel, Hannah were away for 2 weeks in Poland. They were visiting Hannah's mother and father and her brother and her two nieces, Anya and Magda. And also Magda and Anya had their two boyfriends, whatever. And they went to this. And I've been to All Together Now festival,
Yes.
which is in the back garden of Lord Waterford. I think there's the Berishford family, and this land was gifted to them, Jack and Daniel, generations ago by Henry the something, because I don't know what they did.
After Cromwell.
Vast tract of... Let's start are you ready, Jack, to start the thing? Come on, let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to And That's Why We're Not Together, starring David McSavage and Hannah Andrews.
Thank you and welcome to my sons, Jack and Daniel. Someday this kingdom will be yours, although it won't be because it was taken away from us by the British. In what year? This is apparently, Jack, right? Because I know you're into your history. This estate owned by Lord Waterford. I don't know what his name is. I don't know what his royal title is, Jack, but it's the biggest estate in Ireland. And it takes about, how long did it take to get from the gates of the estate to the actual venue? To the big house, which we weren't invited into.
I think it was like about 30 minutes.
30 minutes driving. Can you imagine your drive to get to your house from your gates?
Yeah.
30 minutes. And
Amazing.
this big fuck off house. It's like, oh, Jesus, thanks for letting. Hopefully next year we can get into the big house, Lord, my Lord. Thanks for the little bit of money you throw us as well. Thanks for allowing us to jump up and down in your backyard. Thank you. Jack's Googling. Anyway, listen. We
weren't allowed to sit under the steps of the house.
Oh yeah, we were sitting. Me and Hannah's got a really sore leg, right, foot, and we were waiting for a buggy to pick us up from the big house to the car park, which is about 2-3 miles away.
Even more.
And then the security guard said, "You can't sit in the steps. Can't sit in the steps." Sorry.
The family doesn't want anyone.
The family doesn't want to sit anyone. You've rented the fucking thing out to hundreds of how many thousand people? Don't sit. Sorry, my lord. Sorry, my lord. We sat in the steps. Off with his head. He sat in steps. Do you know about this estate, Jack?
Well, I just read a bit. It's 400 kilometers squared or something. I mean, not 400 kilometers squared, but it says something about it's 400 kilometers, and it was gifted
400,000 or something.
No, it's 400 kilometers squared, 100,000 acres.
Oh yeah, okay. It wouldn't be 400 square kilometers.
Well, that's what it says on
But sure,
Wikipedia.
400 kilometers square, yeah. So it's like square meters.
It's the size of Ireland. It's so big.
Because it was handed to certain families. It was handed to the La Poer family, the Power family, over 500 years ago, and they were named the Earls of Tyrone.
Okay.
So oh my God, like Lord Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones. The Game of Thrones is on.
Yeah.
We'll sit down and watch the Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones. Go on, Daniel, Jack.
Yeah, and then the La Poer family, the male line became extinct in 1704, and the Catherine LaPower, she married Sir Marcus Beresford in 1717.
Oh, Beresford, yes.
And so
because
they
I
own
was
it
with
now.
a mate, right? That's right. We were with Johnny, and then his mate. So me, Hannah, Johnny, and his mate were sitting on the steps of the big house, right in wherever this estate. What's the estate called? Do we know?
It's called the Currickmore Estate.
The Currickmore Estate. And then the security guard says the family doesn't want anybody sitting on the steps. And then Johnny's mate said, referring to Johnny, said, Johnny's a Beresford. Johnny is a Beresford. And I'm looking at your man saying that to the security guys, fair fuck. But there was a kind of, like, he instantly assumed the role of with the Beresfords. Fuck off. Fuck off. But there's something humiliating about, because of an accident of birth, you're suddenly, there's something gross about it. And, like it's really, I don't know, something kind of,
That's why.
yes, my lord. Like, fuck that. I'm living in a fucking rabbit hutch. Meanwhile, this guy
But you're proud
Meanwhile, this guy's,
on your land.
sir, I've got 6 children and we've only got 1 turn up for the past year. Hello. Thank you. Goodbye. What's that all about? Jack, could you stop sneezing and get involved with this conversation, please? Jack. Fuck's sake, Hannah.
Should I talk now, my lord?
Yeah, it's all that. Go on. What do you
You
think
were-
about my lord? Can anybody join in here?
Yeah, but you're just talking and you don't let anyone else talk. And then, you know.
Back in the times where lord and ladies were prevalent, people bowed down to them because religion was such an important thing. So the titles were bestowed upon them by God.
By God?
By God, yeah.
I thought it was the king.
Well, the king,
Through the
king
king.
is the mouthpiece of God.
The king is God's anus.
Exactly.
Yes,
And-
anus horribilis. And he
through
shits
his
out these
mouth.
lords and gives them vast tracts of Irish land. I was looking at this land and I'm thinking, I'm in Ireland, but I can't have access to this. This is Ireland. But it's not, like, they just, a big motherfucking chunk of this country is just like, goodbye, thank you. And this huge fuck off Mexican Trump wall all the way around it, I'm just saying, listen, I guess I'm jealous as well. I'd love to have been a lord. If I was a lord and I was in that house, I'd be the same. Fuck
you would
off.
thrive as a lord.
I would
think.
thrive as a lord. I'd be out hunting and, planting, and it is a stunningly
You
dream.
would ask the
No,
people
they
to
are
kiss
gods.
you.
They are gods on earth. They were gods on earth, these lords. Because it's not like just a house. They've also created other loads of little houses around the big house. And so it's like a fucking village. You've created your own world.
Oh yeah, they gave work to those people.
You've created
to the
your own world.
servants.
But I don't know though. It does. I don't like it. Although I do go down. I got paid okay. But when I was down there on the Saturday, it was so muddy. It was like Battle of the fucking Somme, and you wanted to travel like 3 feet. It took you about an hour just schlumping in the muck and the mud.
And age doesn't help, I think.
Excuse me.
Age.
Respect all the veterans who fought in the Somme.
Age has got nothing to do with it. So I also did a interview with Tommy Tiernan. I drove down with Deirdre O'Kane and her very nice life partner Stephen, and we got there just in the nick of time. Then I didn't know so I was playing. I was interviewed by Tommy Tiernan on the bandstand. There's about 3,000 people there, and I hadn't talked to Tommy in a long time. I just want to preface, by the way, Tommy is a genius comedian, I think. I remember seeing him. Why are you laughing when I say that? Why are you laughing, Jack and Daniel? No, come on, tell me, share me, because I want to know what it sounded like when I said that.
Well, I mean,
Go on.
well, maybe you've had different opinions about him in the past.
I know, like on stage, I slag comedians off, but that's professional courtesy, you know, and that's how we express affection in Ireland. Like if you're not on my radar, like being on people's radar is you're culturally significant, which he is. But I'm saying my honest reaction to Tommy Tiernan's stand-up is when I was starting off was awe. I was in awe of him.
Oh.
I thought he was unfucking believable. Just the rhythm, the timing, the presence, the insights, the depth of some of his stuff, and like there's certain things he said that have always stuck with me, right?
Okay,
Jesus
we want to
Christ
hear
almighty.
what stuck with you. Okay,
You
that
know what I
was
mean?
just a gong. What
Talk
stuck
into
with
the
you?
fuck. One
What
of the
stuck with
things that
you?
stuck with me as regards Tommy Tiernan, and it was such a brilliant point. It was philosophical. It was insightful, and it was consciousness raising, and it was. And my boys were very young at the time, and he said, you know the way when you're a parent. You kind of all you want to do really is make your kids laugh. You want to entertain them, and it gives you such joy when you see your little Jack and little Daniel laughing their heads off. It's wonderful. And then you transpose that to the whole religious thing, and God is our Father who art in heaven. He loves us. We are his children. Where are the jokes in the Bible? Where are the laughs? Where's the come on, kids? You know. And it was a great. It revealed a real. Truth about the whole religious thing, the mean-spiritedness, the sense of control. You can't do that. Stop that. No, you know, it's sort of anti-human. I think a lot of the woke stuff now is very similar to that.
Yes.
By the way, that sort of monkish righteousness. And then also, I don't know if he said this or if I just followed that thought logically, so that the idea that there is a hell is bonkers. And by the way, if anybody is worried about not believing in God and thinking you're going to hell, that's why I thought it was so clever what Tommy said. God is your father. He loves you. Or your mother loves you, your father loves you. Like my Jack and Daniel, I would never in a billion zillion years want my two sons, whatever they did, if they believed in me or if they didn't believe in me, to suffer and scream for unconsciousness in hell for eternity. So you can let that one go. So that was there's certain things that Tommy has said that were absolutely on a different fucking level. So it was a great, it sounds like, and I was trying to pay
laughing?
I didn't say any of that, but I'm trying to pay compliments to Tommy. And like anyone, he feels awkward and he's saying, "What is it? It feels like a fucking eulogy. It feels like my funeral." And but sometimes it is good to have to milestone, because we're getting on. We've lived a long life, and I think it's important to acknowledge. Well, I don't know if it is important to acknowledge. I'm just saying that because like Jack and Daniel said, like I do slag people off, and but it is good for me just to say out loud what I actually honestly think of Tommy Tiernan.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously there is. We all have annoying qualities about us. Yeah, so
yes.
what? There was a couple of people. When I walked off stage, there were a couple of people in his entourage. There was loads of people there, and some of them clearly don't like me. I don't think that. I think some people aren't that bright. They don't understand that comedy, stand up, whatever. It's a bit of a sparring match. Yeah. I have immense respect for comedians and Tommy, but they kind of don't. They kind of act like they don't get it or something. And I went to shake one of this guy his hand. Hadn't seen him in a while. And he sort of reluctantly offered me his hand. I'm like, "Oh, would you ever fuck off? Jesus Christ!" I mean, we're
should give him a peck on the cheek.
No, and then this other guy was like, "Hey," but it was kind of like it was the closest thing to giving you a hug and telling you to fuck off at the same time. Weird, man. But appreciate that Tommy would think of me and ask me on the stage. That's the truth. It was an honor. You see, it's an awkward thing to say. He asked me a question that kind of freaked me out when I was sitting there. He looked at me and he says, So I'm going to ask you the question that Tommy asked me that I couldn't kind of get my head around. So, what have you gotten used to? That's what he asked me. What have you gotten used to?
I've gotten used to not be so judgmental towards people. Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
And then I was walking around Waterford later that day, and I think shit, I should have said, because there was a big crowd, and I said, I think the Irish people have gotten used to being beaten down by the Catholic Church and the British, and our land was taken away from us, and we should rise up here in the gardens of Lord Waterford, and we should all en masse head towards the big house and take what is our birthright.
And that's what French were doing, French Revolution.
Yes.
That people got annoyed about all this lore.
I think sometimes it's good to just fucking, even if you make mistakes, to get up and say, fuck you, no, it's ours.
Fuck off.
Fuck off.
Like,
come on, Irish people, let's get up. And stop all this fucking robbing bikes and, fuck off. Like, come on, think as a group of people. Do the real thing. Let's do it, folks.
Yeah,
let's get all Jordan Peterson-y and clean our rooms.
Do you know what happened after the French Revolution?
What?
Napoleon became the dictator of France and nearly the whole of Europe. So
yeah. Well,
but then it didn't happen either. So it's just like things are repeating itself. But it's funny.
It's funny that your legacy as a human being is that you have a complex named after you. A Napoleonic complex.
He wasn't even that short for the time. He was like average height,
Yeah. How tall he was?
He was like 5'5" or 5'6".
Was he?
Yeah, 5'4", 5'6".
Well, anyway, it's funny those small men. I've know that they're kind of not taken that seriously, and so they really need to establish and prove their value. But it's good. We need adversity, but some people can't handle adversity and they crumble. And I guess that's called natural selection and evolution. But nowadays we want everyone. Everyone's a winner. Everyone isn't a winner.
Yeah, and that's what we teach our kids, and that's the worst thing.
And
in the kindergarten and first class, and you give a medal to every kid.
Yeah.
What kind of a message does it give to kids that everybody's winning? No, the only one person wins. Winner takes it all.
The winner takes it all.
So, Lord and Lady Waterford, they took it all.
They did take it all.
Yes.
So, sorry, everyone else. You just got to eat dandelions.
And eat dandelions.
Like,
thank you, sir. Thank you for the dandelions. Thank you. I'll take a bag of dandelions home. And how many children do you have, Paddy? 23 dandelions. I will name them all after your Lord Rogers. Thank you. Woohoo! We're going to have to eat some of your children. Is that okay? Thank you, Lord Rogers. Which one would you like to eat?
It's quite morbid. But
and also, can I just say also about Waterford City, right? I was staying in this hotel called the Tower, right? Tower Hotel. Do you know about... Anyway, Waterford was established 1,000 years ago by Frederick the Dane. He sailed up the River Suir in the big Viking long boat and settled and prospered and built a big tower. And what's nice, you can see it all on view when you go to Waterford, and you feel the history. There's like a through line from now till when it was originated. What did we do in Dublin, Daniel and Jack, my sons, my Dublin Irish-Polish sons? Do you know what we did in Wood Quay? We fucking eradicated our history, our beautiful Viking heritage, and we built this stupid, big, horrible bunker on top of the remains. This 4-kilometer site. Fucking, we're like North Koreans here or something. We're like,
what do you know what they do?
The Khmer Rouge. No, but it would have changed the whole atmosphere. It's a World Heritage site. It would have just made us, given us a better identity, a better understanding. You walk into Dublin and you see, this place has just vibrating with a rich past, as opposed to fucking, fucking, spare shops or something. Not that there's anything wrong with spare shops.
It's a chain, so we.
No, but do you know what I mean? Like, it's just like
small.
I just was very impressed with the stuff on display in Waterford, and there's this lovely place. There was a bench, and it said if you're, you know, you can sit down, you can chat with people. I don't know, whatever. Okay, what were we going to say?
But you know what? I was thinking, what else did I got used to in Ireland? So I got used to people promising me a lot of things and then not keeping the word.
Well, that's even worse when you're drinking. If you're out at night, oh, I'll definitely do that. And they definitely don't.
But they don't need to be drunk to do that. I experienced this from people sober as, what do you say, as fuck.
Yeah.
So they promising me that I've been promised so many things, including you.
Oh yeah. Well, I promise I will change. I'll definitely promise that. No, I definitely will. Yeah. Oh no, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Do I have your number? Okay. And here's the
Are
other
you gonna
thing.
call me? Are we gonna have a coffee?
And the other thing as well, right? I was in. Listen to this, lads. Tell me what you think. Jump in at any time, by the way. Hello. It's a fucking group podcast, and you're just sitting there like fucking lemons. Fucking lemons.
Just pretend
Go on.
you're interested.
Hello, lemons. Hello, Jack Lemon.
How are you,
I'm
Orange?
Daniel Lemon.
David, you're just so cruel.
How are you, Pineapple?
I was in.
What fruit would you like to be, actually?
How are you, rotten banana?
Yeah, that's Tommy. Tommy be like, so Hannah, if you
and he just bends over and he looks.
if you wanted to be a fruit, what fruit would you be?
I want to be a passion fruit.
That says a lot about you.
I actually saw Tommy Tiernan making Ruby Wax cry. I don't know if I.
Anyway,
should
let's
be
get off
saying
Tommy Tiernan, right?
No, I like him. I saw his interview with Sinead O Connor, and it's really good.
Oh yeah, I just want to keep. Yeah.
Do you know the story of Woodkey, David? What happened?
Okay, go on then.
Well, it was the High King of Ireland at the time destroyed the Viking settlement, you know, because the Vikings came in and they, you know, pillaged and raided the land and set up their settlement, and then the Celtic High King of Ireland destroyed it and took it back to the Irish, you know.
Yeah.
Are you
Brilliant.
talking about the council setting up shop there or what?
Sorry, what I'm saying is, back when the Vikings made settlements along the Irish coast, I don't think Ireland was a nation at that point, was it?
No, but it does.
But nation is a very, very late thing.
Nowhere was a nation, you know.
Except
like
the United
Conrad-
Kingdom.
That wasn't
even
a
nation either.
It was broken. England was broken up.
That'd be so funny back then, you know, like 1,000 years ago. I'm Irish. What? What are you talking about?
But certainly, the island of Ireland had a name, and if you were, there was an Ireland, but it was
Hibernia.
It was the island, you know.
Okay, but what I'm saying is that, Jack, I know what you're saying, but it is the history. That's why that's how the settlement began and how Dublin subsequently became what it is.
Yeah.
But there'd be all these foundations of the settlement, and what I'm saying is they could have restored it and had a section of it just totally devoted.
Lately, not.
Oh, sorry, the modern times. Sorry, Jack. Sorry, I'm not speaking. I'm not speaking fucking clearly, and I want to. 2023. If I had the power, I'd knock down the Bunker Council Dublin building, and I would restore a lot of the little area, a small section, and just show. Like as a World Heritage Site, as a place, you know the way they had the Atlantic Way. This is the place you go in, and it's like a dedicated space, all about who came up and started Dublin, that kind of thing. And you could obviously have another section of it with the Celtic part, but I think it would just, pay respect to our history. It's beautiful.
Tourist attraction. Again.
Yeah, huge tourist attraction.
Maybe if you tear it down, you would still, if you dig
of course,
out,
no.
It would be archaeological facts.
Oh yeah, no, you could.
They did. They have done excavations there, and they.
And what did they do
I'm
with
pretty
that?
sure they put it in museums and stuff like that.
Yeah, but they didn't have enough time to to anybody. But what I'm saying, just
So they
in
pour
the
the concrete in
But I don't
there,
know.
or-
I don't know. But I'm saying now,
Stupid.
it's like building on the graves of our ancestors. It's like desecrating the sacred
Yeah, but
origin.
that's everywhere.
I know.
No,
I know.
don't think.
But
like,
I know
you
it is.
should-
I know. All I'm saying. I know it is, Jack. But in your capital city, wouldn't it be great just to have one section? I mean, even in the fucking little, Jack, in the fucking little on fucking Camden Street. Do you know that you go in and they have this little glass, and you can see the foundations of some famous theatre from 1782. That's in Lidl. They have
Yeah.
that. So I mean,
And who did that? The
I don't
people
know,
from
but what I'm
Lidl
trying
or
to say
some-
is it's
That's
very
beautiful.
important.
Yeah, to know where you're from
Where-
and what
where-
your roots
the
are.
I mean,
and-
I'm just blown away by. It's like such a gift. I mean, Vikings, Danes, you know how they lived and how and they picked this particular spot on the Liffey for a reason. And I just love to see how they lived and just the history of how we came to be and where we are. And I mean, I can't even, obviously I'm not articulating it because you guys are just staring at me like I've
Yeah,
got.
but you can go and find all that out for yourself, you know?
yeah, but that's not.
So what?
the
Do you want a fucking
same.
another Amazon building, is it?
No, I don't want another Amazon.
What do you want?
It would be cool,
What do you
but
want?
I don't know, you're making it out like this, like some genocide of our.
But
Yes.
it is a little bit of a genocide in
Yeah, but
sense
there's-
of denying
there's many-
yourself
there's
the
many-
heritage center.
There's many museums and stuff around. You know, the place was destroyed hundreds of years ago.
Yeah,
You know.
let's just build restaurants and graves.
No,
No,
Let's
Build
have grave
hotels.
burgers. Hey, would
Probably
you like a
build
grave
houses.
burger? I'll have a dead burger, thanks.
there's great museums in Dublin if you wanted to go and see them.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about fusty, boring, deady old
Yeah, well,
museums.
you
I'm
find
talking about actually going
you
to the
find
place.
every museum boring.
Yeah, the location.
When you start talking about history, so you start sleeping.
Because it's boring, because they present it in a boring way. But if you go to a living place where you can walk through the actual little village of how
But
Dublin
it would all
started.
have to be reconstructed. so
Yes, it would have to be reconstructed.
But you know, like, I'm
there's
really-
you know, there's a place you could go to. I don't know where it is, but it's outside of Dublin. And I went to school with my school years ago, and it's like old Viking settlements.
Yes.
and you can go there. And if you
But
were
it's not in
interested
Dublin,
enough-
Daniel, Jack.
Why does it have to be in Dublin?
Dublin.
Dublin's a shithole.
Oh my God.
You're
You
just trying
got
to, you're just
enemies.
trying to create content now.
But I
Shut up, you fucking NPC.
I tell
That's what
you
Jack
that.
just said. You called me an NPC, did you?
Yeah.
And that last one laughing. Oh God. Anyway, go on.
No, but you know, like one of those museums are in Gdańsk. We were talking like World War II Museum and Solidarity. They're excellent, interactive. The stuff is being, rebuilt and shown.
Yeah.
Just the
David's already
street.
sleeping now. You just
No,
don't-
no. It
No.
connects you because I know that's
It's
a very important
amazing.
part
I
of
stayed
Polish
the whole day.
Gdansk history, where they started the struggle and fight against communism and oppression, and it sort of started as one thing and then became something else. And it was brilliant and it's very inspiring. And I'm saying, look, it's like I was in Waterford 7 a.m. and I look at this big tower beside the hotel, 1,000 years old, and I'm thinking 1,000 years old. Think of the buildings you live in. How long are they going to last for? People don't think life is going to exist much after they're. What I'm trying to say, that tower is going to be there for another 1,000 years. And it's amazing to just see the history and to imagine that the settlement Waterford was settled by Vikings. It's fucking awesome. And then Dublin is the same. And then, but what do? We just, you'd all be grand. Put a fucking parking lot. You know what I mean? There's fucking, you could go to a fucking museum there up the road, and you can go over there, and you know what I mean? We need parking lots. We need fucking chippers. You know what I mean? I mean, fuck me.
I think you.
I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed.
By that series about Vikings. What is
Okay.
it called?
Anyway, can I just also say? I mean, look, I need to get somebody on my side because I'm not really I'm not putting fire in the anuses of my family here.
What about Dublin Castle? You don't like Dublin Castle?
He hasn't been there for since he's
Dublin Castle.
12.
What about Dublin Castle?
Yeah,
We should put we should build another. We should put Amazon We should just replace Ireland with the big Amazon warehouse.
You'd like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and ship children to different countries.
We should just put a flotation device under Ireland and just push it into the Caribbean. I think that was a Tommy Tiernan joke.
By the way, you're talking about Reginald's Tower. It was actually built by Anglo-Normans after their conquest of Waterford, replacing an earlier Viking fortification.
Yeah, it was so it was the general idea they put it in the same place.
You're talking shite.
No, I'm not talking
You
shite,
are.
Jack.
You are, because
Yeah,
it's
'cause
not
it's
even a Viking tower.
Yeah, because as
it's
you
an
know,
Anglo-Norman tower.
Yeah,
so it's a
well,
British tower. Like all
oh
the,
yeah,
like
so
all
you're
the
just supporting British
like,
after.
like
Hey, Jack,
all the stone buildings.
I feel
here,
I
they're
feel
English
what I
towns.
said is correct, and that's what, as you know, that's what it's all about. So don't be so misogynistic. I feel and I believe what I say is true.
Misogynistic?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of some word. He's believisms. He's anti-believers.
Oh, he
He's
just
believist. He's
he
believist.
just bends the history.
No, I'm bending the history.
I mean,
Yeah, but he's an anti-bender.
oh, he's on the bender.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a bender.
You're
I'm
a
I'm a
bender.
historical bender.
So you like
Anyway, the winners write history.
I'm just happy that when you see buildings representing English imperialism, it brings you so much joy.
You don't even know what you're laughing at.
I know what you're laughing at because you're so anti, and then you're just doing the opposite.
Can we talk about? Did you do anything to your face in Poland?
No, am I looking better? Am I looking more glowing? Am I more awake? And my eyes are popping out? Is that true?
Okay, can I talk about also? Right, I really want to get this point across. I was in a hotel called what was it called? The Tower. Right.
Are you repeating yourself?
And they put me in a really nice room. Blah blah blah. Right. And I was leaving. I walked out of my room, and there's these, the hotel cleaner workers who change and clean all the rooms, and it just struck me how fucking they're like athletes. There was this woman, I don't know, she was like, I don't know, in her 30s or 40s or something, and she the arms on her, it was like the workout, because like you try and change, put a duvet into a sheet. I almost have a nervous fucking breakdown. I pass out. I'm exhausted. You look at the sheet and think. And you're just like fucking.
Yeah.
These two are. The one is jumping from room to room to room, dragging a fucking a Hoover, jogging. Sweat dripping off her. Fucking. And people go to. I'm going to a spin cycle. I'm going to fucking Pilates. They should have a fucking hotel room exercise.
Yeah.
Because this one was fucking. So I just wanted to say, yeah, hotel workers, huh?
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I hate.
Well, I'm just saying,
sheets.
maybe that should be the fitness thing. Like rather than going to fitness, they should. If people are paying gym membership,
Let
just
them to do
let
cardio,
them
yeah.
change, let them do cardio. What's that, Jack? What are you doing? Jack.
Was that me?
Yeah, because you're pressing buttons, you silly boy.
Was he scared that he didn't record things?
No. I was just messing with the buttons for a second.
Okay.
It's so worrying, when Jack starts.
So worrying?
Yeah, because he's just like a little tiddlywink over there.
Tiddlywink. But the only thing about changing sheets is a good cardio. But what about stomach? To get a flat stomach.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
what exercise with the cleaning?
Well, I saw. This woman just fucking cleaning fucking window.
Well, then you tighten your stomach and you do this, yeah.
I don't know, but anyway, listen. I just for whatever reason I was in awe of the athleticism of people who. What's the correct terminology for people who clean rooms and get them ready for the next guest?
I don't know. But listen,
Does anybody? I mean, Jack, Daniel, can you fucking join in?
But since when? I'm just astounded how you saying I'm in awe. Like, who says that?
In awe of what?
Like you keep on saying that, using that phrase.
Yeah, because
I'm in awe.
he hasn't done any manual labor in about 30 years. So
And
when he
says,
sees
"I'm in
someone's working
awe,"
hard,
the phrase. Why are you using this phrase?
Because I guess it just suddenly struck me, like the idea. The idea of me changing a fucking sheet.
Yeah.
Like I got into a panic. I have to prepare myself for about a week. And then, You know,
Unless
for
your
whatever,
girlfriend comes along.
Yeah, okay, calm down, Hannah. And
Then you do it over now, like in 3 seconds. And the room is cleaned. I was really surprised. I came once and then I'm knocking the door and I was, shit, it's so clean. I mean, like, what the fuck happened? The girlfriend's coming. I had to run away. In a blitz. And I was in awe.
Yeah, you came back from Poland. You look younger.
Well, I invite all my listeners to follow my steps and go to Poland. Good weather, good food, nice company.
You said you were ripped off.
Shut up.
That's what you said. You said you spent loads of money.
Yeah, I know. I did spend a lot of money. It's really expensive in Poland. We're recording this on Monday, so tomorrow is Sinead O Connor funeral. And I was really, I was in Poland for the last 2 weeks, and I was really surprised how big impact her death had on a lot of women whom I know and who were inspired by her. Yeah. And took, a big interest in her life, what she was doing, how she was doing what she was fighting and how she lived. And that inspired me as well to look at a lot of interviews.
I thought a lot about Sinead because of how courageous she was, and there were certain moments where that time when she was on Saturday Night Shite or Saturday Night Live, and she ripped up a picture of the Pope. Now, at that time, I don't think the revelations of all the historical and present day child abuse, and abuse is a nice way of saying what we don't like to say. And she was one of the first people who came out. And she, we talk about people who protest nowadays and they risk nothing because most people, everyone agrees, you're not. But she was actually fighting against the current, and she kind of lost a lot.
But she didn't care, and
of course she cared.
No,
she cared. She cared about. I mean, she knew.
Like, it was really big step.
It was a big trauma for her. The reaction and the amount of hatred and anger directed to her. But she had fucking big balls or big ovaries or whatever you want to say, and she. I mean, in terms of. I mean, this is it. This is it. This is life. She's led her life, and you measure somebody because of what they do, and she was incredibly heroic.
Incredibly, she was a really fighter.
And she was ridiculed at the time, and I'm not going to say I was part of that. I mean, she was an easy target, but
And because I heard her saying that she planned it. It wasn't just like did it on a spur of the moment. Yeah, she knew what she was doing, and she knew she wanted to do it, and she was gone, but she probably did not expected that she would react so emotionally to it, because she I think went off stage, and at the back, like Chris Christopherson.
Oh no, you're talking about she did a gig subsequently to that. No, I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. Oh
no, sorry. So I know exactly what you're talking about. 2 weeks, or I don't know how long after the event where she ripped up the picture of the Pope. She was doing, I think, a gig in Madison Square Garden or somewhere like that, or whatever. And Chris Christopherson was sharing the stage with her. And when she went on stage, she was booed massively and so on. At that time, she had the shaved head, and she's small woman. But she had a lot of attention on her because of her. But she spoke out, but people really ridiculed her and pilloried her, and some people, I don't know, but I just think when you think about her, she's so courageous and inspiring.
Well, you know why she shaved her hair? Because she didn't want to look like a girl. She said she was abused. Yeah. And she didn't want to attract sexual attention, and she just wanted to play it down. She wore men's clothes or jumpers and.
See, most normal people cannot get their head around the fact that religious orders violated, the most sacred thing possible, which is a child's body. I mean, I mean, if you talk about sacred, that is it. And there's worse things to do to a human than kill them, and one of them is to sexually assault them when they're
And,
children.
you know,
And that's
she
why. And so
knows what
she
she's
stood up.
speaking about.
She stood up and said that way before
Yes.
anyone else, everyone understood that it because people couldn't understand it. I mean, there was such
they
reverence.
didn't want to
They didn't want to
understand
understand it, or they couldn't get their heads around it, or and there was such reverence for the priests. You know, yes, Father, no, Father, 3 bags full, Father. So there was still that thing, and and then she did that. She did the gig after Saturday Night Live and was booed mercilessly. Of course, it affected her.
Yeah, and then she cried, you know, because she didn't expect it influenced her. So
I'd say she lost
emotionally.
loads of gigs. I don't know exactly what price she paid for it, but it was big.
Yeah, you know, I'm sure, you know, what she was saying. She was outcast and not supported by the industry. You
Yeah,
know?
because people are so afraid. It's still the same today.
No,
I'm afraid of saying things, and I'm afraid of.
and she was told to wear a skirt, you know, to a mini dress, grow her hair.
But that's the thing. In a weird way, Sinead, what?
She was told by not producer, but the big company, you know, the producing the, what you call them,
Record label.
record labels, that she should, you know, grow hair, put sexy
Oh, yeah.
clothes, you know, and have that image
And
that sex sells. And she said no.
You know, she talked like it was her last day on earth sometimes. Do you know what I mean? People are afraid. They're afraid of getting cancelled. They're afraid of losing gigs. They're afraid of being shunned. They're afraid of this. They're afraid of that. Oh, what's going to happen? They're going to take everything away from me. And then, and so therefore people second guess what they're saying. And even though they might feel and think, and, you know, but she said the things that people were afraid to say. And I think sometimes we need people like that who talk and say stuff as if it's their last day on earth.
I think, yeah, and not sometimes, we need it a lot because it's more relevant and shakes us up, because we like the comfort and live in a safe environment and nobody is challenging anything.
And that's the other thing.
status
What is
quo.
so wrong with, we can peacefully coexist with people we completely disagree with.
Of course.
You have things that I disagree with, but I very much admire that you have the balls to say it and do it,
Well, some things
like the anti-vaccine thing.
Oh,
I know I don't want to
yeah.
go on about, and we're not going to go on about it.
No.
But you didn't. Can we talk so that you didn't get vaccinated? Is that okay?
Yeah, I mean, I don't care.
I think
I am open. I never would get vaccinated.
So I listen. I disagreed with that, but I thought I really kind of admired that you had the fucking balls to not get vaccinated. I mean, I didn't give a shit, but you were absolutely passionate about it, and I really respect you for that.
Thank you. But you know, this is like a small thing against what Sinead O Connor
Oh, yeah,
went
Jesus Christ.
through.
Yeah,
This is just like a
Yeah, yeah.
drop. Although I did experience hostility from people.
Yeah.
And I know, you know, like, and you outcast just a little bit. People don't want to talk to you. People don't want to, you know, be around you.
Yeah.
Treat you like you're a disease, you know. So, but it was just little, you know.
But it's funny, like, sorry, as you're talking, I'm thinking about Sinead O Connor and what she said and the reaction to her ripping up the picture of the Pope. I can't remember what year it was.
1992.
But she became a
I
kind of a
think.
joke.
Mm.
And people just dismissed her, and she was crazy, and what does she know, and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, I'm sure I joked about her and all that. And, yeah, sorry about that. But what I'm trying to say is, and then the revelations of all the child sex abuse came out, and then people are like, oh, actually, yeah, she was exactly right, and she saw it way before everybody else,
And you know,
made a stand, and that's why when you think about protesters, what are they actually risking when they protest? And
yeah, it depends.
yeah,
But we, you know, democracy is that we all have a right to protest peacefully. I mean, you know, express our opinion, even though other people might not agree, but the right to protest is a sign of democracy.
Okay, folks, and now my favorite part of the show.
Is it me?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god.
Ladies and
No,
gentlemen,
second.
are you ready now?
No,
And what were you saying? You wanted to give instructions to Jack about this. This is, and that's why we're not laughing.
That's why we're not laughing. I wanted the laughter, which is
Okay,
nice.
okay.
And,
Jack,
and
have
also, if I'm over the time, just play the music, but don't cut me off immediately. So.
No, do cut it. When at a minute you have to play the music out.
Yeah,
like the
play
Hollywood.
the music, but like.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, and that's why we're not laughing, with Hannah Andrews.
So, as you might know, or might not know, I'm quite a spiritual person. So, I do yoga, I do meditation, I read self-help books, but I'm not there yet. I'm not there. I'm still looking at myself and thinking, David, stop laughing. Oh yeah. Shall I go again?
No, keep going.
No,
you're
because
doing great.
because
Come on.
my time is up.
Go on.
now.
Okay, we'll give you an extra 10
I'll
seconds.
give you extra time. I'll
Go
give
on.
you extra time.
So, what were they? Oh yeah. So I'm doing all that thing, but I'm still not there. I'm not in that peaceful place where everything is calm and collected, and everything flows in. So I'm still beating myself up, looking at the past, looking at my photos when I was young, and I'm thinking how stupid I was. I was too fat. My thighs were too big, and and then I'm thinking, the future is also not nice. It's uncertain. It's the end is always near. So I'm thinking, should I do another, hour of yoga, of hour meditation? But then I'm looking at a bottle of wine and I'm just pouring my glass and I'm fast tracking into the heaven and bliss, like a Ryanair, airport. I'm fast tracking, I'm in this humiliating.
And that's why we're not laughing.
Oh God! I just got put off because you're laughing and it just made me think, like. I thought it was sort of okay. What am I? Oh, why are you laughing? I thought that's why we're not laughing.
Oh, brilliant! Love it. You went way over time. It was 2 minutes.
Yeah, because I had a long break.
I love that. Doing stand up and then saying to someone, "What are you laughing?"
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but you're not laughing as laughing. You shouldn't be laughing. I'm not. You're not my audience.
Okay.
You're just like laughing. You're just putting, like. No, you're laughing at me in
a mocking way.
In a mocking,
Yeah.
It's not a supportive laughter.
Correct.
Yeah, you should shut up. You shouldn't be doing anything.
But I think I just have to
And
say,
it's-
big kudos to Hannah. Absolutely brilliant. And that's why we're not laughing.
I feel quite upset.
Good, okay.
You should not laugh when I'm doing it.
It's good. Hey, listen, that's where I
you
live. I've
shouldn't-
died so many
You
times.
shouldn't be heckling me.
I wasn't genuinely intentionally heckling you. I was just laughing
Heckling me.
I was laughing at what you were saying.
Well, really?
Yeah. Yeah. But listen, it's funny though, Hannah, and thank you for doing it, because I know you hate doing it and you don't want to do it.
Yeah,
do you?
no, I don't. I
Yeah.
find it really stressful.
I know, you can see. And that's what's so funny about it. But it's really good though, wasn't it, guys? Honestly, wasn't it? Didn't you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
I was thoroughly entertained.
There you go.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
And then I'm really ridiculing myself. And then I'm supposed to find a boyfriend.
But do you feel a sense of freedom now?
I guess so. It's sort of building up slowly.
How long have we been broadcasting for?
54 minutes.
Feels longer.
Yeah, but also we had a big break.
Yeah,
we have to cut it,
where my son Jack was beautiful. Okay. Yeah.
We have to open the
Yeah.
cage.
Okay, now trivia, nothing trivial, about Nicolas Cage. Open the cage. And that's all you have. You always play that bit, Jack. And that's all you have.
All right, there it is.
Sorry. Didn't realise.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a slow week in the news of Nicolas Cage.
Cage news.
Unfortunately,
It's a slow. Really?
yeah. I mean, I don't know. There's not much I mean, his son Wes Cage. He's going to be releasing a new song called "The Wolf" on his new label.
Well, that's big news.
Yeah, I guess
It's a
that's
big news.
It's big news. Yeah.
It's a great news.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if you'd enjoy that.
It's
We
called.
want to hear his
Yeah,
music.
yeah.
Well, I don't think it's released yet, but it will be released soon.
What's his? What? Oh yeah, Nicolas Cage's son,
Weston Cage.
Weston Cage.
Yeah, I mean that's his full name, Weston Cage.
Jesus, look at Weston.
Yeah, he's like
Does
a heavy
he
metal.
look
He's a
like,
heavy metal rocker.
Nicholas? Oh, he's good looking.
Heavy metal.
He looks a
rocker.
bit like that guy from Aquaman. What's his name?
Oh, what's his name?
Jason Momoa.
Yeah, Jason Momoa. Yeah.
Do you like Jason Momoa, Hannah?
I do like him.
Would you like to Jason Momoa?
No,
You wouldn't like to Jason?
no, I just don't want to talk about it. Like, no, not in front of my children.
Would you not like him to grab your buns?
Maybe, I don't know. I have to think about it.
Would you
I'm
like
still
to?
traumatized. I'm just recovering. Don't ask me any questions.
Would you like to flytte putte? The
Flute,
hutte,
flute.
hutte.
I like when he talks like this. I would like.
Yeah, and the song is called "The Wolf." Daniel,
Yes, the
do we?
song.
Is it out?
No, it's not out yet. No, he'll be releasing it soon.
Oh, very exciting news.
Yes.
So Nicolas Cage's son is called Weston Cage, and he's in a band, and the song.
I
is
think he goes by Wes Cage or something.
Wes
So,
Cage.
how many children does Nicolas Cage have?
If you don't know the answer to this question, I'm going to really be shocked.
I
We've been talking about Nicolas Cage now for half a year.
Yeah,
No,
well,
no,
you know-
yeah. Let's find out.
Uh,
Anyway, no, we'll do that for next week. Yeah.
okay. Well, and also apparently he has a little house in Somerset. Nicolas Cage.
Oh,
He has in Somerset.
In Somerset.
Yeah,
Hello, Nicolas Cage. What are you doing round here?
Uh,
Hello, my lover.
in the
What are you
vil-
doing round here?
in the village of Baltonsborough.
Welcome to Balanceborough, Nicolas Cage. I'm a big fan of your movies. Well, thank you very much. What are you doing? Would you want to come out for me for a little walk? Anyway, that's brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Nicolas Cage.
Thank you.
Trivia. And now, my son Jack, who is quite angry with me.
rightly so.
I'm not angry. I was just expressing myself in the way my father could
and
hear.
he's smiling.
Expressing myself in the way my father could hear it. Jesus Christ.
Does it hurt, David?
Oh my God. Two of you now. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Conspiracy Corner with Jack Andrews. Where's the... Okay.
What's the conspiracy? It's
That
the sound.
sounded good. I liked it. It sounded spooky.
Do you want me to do it again?
No, I was just saying it in a way you could hear.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
Fair
I
enough,
don't even
fair
know. I
enough,
don't
fair
even know
enough.
what to...
No, fair enough.
You're so silly.
I know, yeah.
You just want to score.
I know. It's so
you just
bad.
want to
So
like, I
bad.
win.
Yeah, yeah,
I've got
no.
the last word.
You win.
No,
Dave.
it's very
You win.
immature.
You win. No,
Jack.
you win, Dave. You win.
Oh,
You win.
Christ.
Okay, so you can, rest
Sorry, Jack.
your
I apologize.
weapons.
Come on.
Well, we were talking about lords and ladies today, so on that theme, I was going to talk a bit about Richard III. So there was the Shakespeare play about Richard III, and he's presented as a very conniving, evil man who's got a hunchback, and he did actually have some problem with his spine, as they can tell from his grave. But so the story about Richard III is that he murdered his nephews, right? But what people don't know is that he actually did it for good intentions, because his brother, who was the king before him, died, and in his will he said that he wanted his brother Richard III, who was a war hero, to be the Lord Protector. But Edward IV, who was the king who died, his wife's family wanted to take control of the country, so Richard III entered a war with that family, and he had all the soldiers, so he won pretty much easily. But his nephew, who was meant to be the king, was more with the other family. But Richard III was just following orders from the will of his brother. So really, he ended up killing his nephews from the will of his brother.
So who, the nephew? Who were the nephew? The nephews were the sons of his brother.
The nephews of Richard III were the next. Was the
but his nephews, but so they were his brother's sons.
Yeah, so they were going to be next in line for the throne.
So
and Richard III was meant to be the Lord Protector of the realm before
they grow up.
Before they grew up.
But it's a fairly shitty interpretation of a will when you kill the sons of your brother.
No, because the will was right.
The sons of his brother.
The will was that Richard III was going to be the Lord Protector of the realm.
Yeah.
Right. And obviously, you know, he entered, like, there's a lot of events that happened that made him go towards this decision that he felt to protect himself, that he needed to kill his nephews.
But yeah, so indirectly then, being handed the title Lord Protectorate, signed the death warrant of his brother's sons. But obviously that wasn't the intention of his brother.
Of course not. But the wife,
that's kind of like
the wife of Edward IV.
Always women. They mess up everything.
It's like listening to
very, very ambitious. You know.
It's you know what I mean. It's like listening to directions. You know, Edward IV, John V, Mario VI. Look.
It's very confusing.
I'm going to give you a quick history of Ireland. Brian I married Mary II, and they had a child called Johnny.
They should have more
the
difficult names like Fiochna or
Fiochna V killed Saoirse VII.
But I thought it was very important to know about your history, Dave.
It is very important to know. Sorry, I'm just saying how shit I am. No, it's brilliant. Genuinely. Sorry. I love it. I was just trying to be light and funny. No, I fucked up. No, but it is an interesting conundrum whereby the Richard III given this job,
but David,
and then
you're mansplaining as well as
I am mansplaining.
You know, Jack is a man as well.
Yeah, I'm mansplaining.
Mansplaining.
But it's okay. It's okay to mansplain with each other because we're men, and that's how we explain
so you
each other.
explain to.
Yes, explaining.
Okay.
It's called talking.
It's called talking as well. Yeah, it's an old-fashioned kind of thing.
Conversing.
Like you say something. Look.
Like
say just in a sentence.
Yeah, I'm just thinking.
Okay, Hannah was just thinking there. Was I explaining?
Because I wouldn't.
Has anyone heard of womansplaining?
Oh yeah.
It's taking something incredibly simple and making it overly complicated.
Oh, God. Oh, Jack. You're not gonna get any,
Yeah, no, I just shot myself in the foot there.
Tonight.
It was a joke.
Shot yourself in the foot.
It was a joke.
I just want to know, how did he kill nephews?
How many nephews did he have? How many nephews did he have?
There was 2 nephews. There was never. He was the king.
Okay, do you know the names of the nephews? Because I want to guess them. No, don't tell me. I want to guess them.
I don't know.
One of them was called Rutherford,
and
the other one was called Ragnar.
I'll get the names.
Okay,
I don't know the names.
Guess the names of the 2 nephews. And what was Richard III's?
Charles.
What was Richard III's brother's name?
Edward IV.
You see, that's where I fucked up, because Edward IV died, and then Richard III. It's like it should be you've come fourth, and then the third person.
Yeah, but it's Richard the third.
Third of his name.
Of the Richard.
I know, Hannah, but it's just
is the fourth.
I just heard the third and the fourth. Richard the Onth, Richard the Sooth.
That was one of the nephews' names.
What?
Richard,
and the other one was William.
Similar to his father.
Wrigley's.
No, it was his father's name.
Spearmint.
It was Orbit.
Orbit? No, it wasn't.
No, it was Edward.
Hello.
His father. He was meant to be Edward.
My name is Lord Wrigley Spearmint Gum, and I own a vast tract of Ireland, and I will now primogenitor. Did you hear Johnny going on about? Johnny.
They don't know who Johnny is. No one knows.
We just had the episode of the Ukraine war.
Okay.
That was our guest Johnny O'Reilly. Very interesting. Much more interesting than. No.
Okay.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
So look, it's been quite an eventful episode. We have a lot to unpack, and I think a lot to address the next episode. So stay fucking tuned, because there's a lot of drama going on behind the scenes. I'm getting the evils here.
The evil eye.
I love the way it's just cutting to us smiling.
Okay.
And it's the evil eye.
Thank you very much, Jack. Thank you very much, Daniel. Welcome back. I'm glad you're in one piece. Thank you, Hannah. I love you all clearly, and I hope you appreciate that.
Okay.